Okay, well, fantastic to have this moment of celebration with Amaan. Congratulations to you, matey, People's Choice winner at one of the latest global and remote demo nights. So, mate, how did it feel to do that, and how does it feel to be a People's Choice winner?
Well, thank you. It was really good. It was really, it was like the first time I've pitched in front of an audience, I guess. So it was really exciting. I think even leading up to it, like I wasn't sure what to expect, but it was really good on the night.
We had some crazy judges, right? So we've got those amazing folks that join us from the US and different time zones and stuff, and they all had really great feedback for you. Doing this for the first time, I know you're involved in a lot of things in the UniDays program and stuff, but how do you approach doing this stuff? Like, do you really know what you're doing, or you got like a structure, or are you just making it up as you go?
Like I said, it was like I didn't really know what to expect. So obviously you said practice the 4 slides, and which is what we covered in the UniDays Accelerator. So obviously working off the back of that, I already had the slides that I pitched during the accelerator. So yeah, I just pitched the same thing. So I guess that was the structure that I had, which was good that I had that structure before coming into it. Otherwise, I think I would be a bit like, what do I do and where do I even start? But I did have that structure beforehand, so that was good.
Now, your pitch was all about Aspire and the idea that you're taking through the UniDays program at the moment. Do you want to give everybody a bit of an insight? What is it, and where are you taking it now?
Yeah, sure. So Aspire is like the one platform to manage early careers programs. So if you think about apprenticeships, graduate programs, internships, there's no place where that can be all managed in one place. So that's what I'm building with Aspire. So yeah, I started it during my degree apprenticeship at Jaguar Land Rover, because I kind of noticed they didn't have a platform and they didn't have a way to manage it. And that's what I saw as an apprentice on the program. It kind of affected my experience and the experience of my colleagues on the same program, and that's why I started building it.
So it seems odd to me. I mean, I've heard about your idea before, but a company like Jaguar Land Rover, they're huge. You figure they've got big enterprise systems, they've got everything nailed down, right? And you're saying for them, an apprenticeship program where they're investing a lot of time and money, they don't have like the equivalent even of a CRM. They're doing it all on spreadsheets or something, are they?
Yeah, exactly. So I think the issue is that CRMs or HR systems that are out there are outdated, and they don't let you manage like cohorts in one place. Apprenticeships are a new thing, but I think the uptake of apprenticeships is very big recently, and I think HR systems haven't really caught up to that yet. They allow you to manage like individual people, so you could manage like Stuart as an apprentice, but you couldn't manage Stuart, Amaan, and 10 other people on the same program at one time. And that's kind of the gap in the market that I saw.
Okay, fantastic. Well, and obviously you're going through the UniDays program at the moment, and you've got a big week coming up next week. So how are you feeling about your readiness for being in Revolut headquarters, meeting Rachel, Anthony, Liam, Simon Squibb, all these people on the panel? How are you getting ready for that?
Literally practicing my pitch. So I think last week we met up and I did some pitching in front of you guys, and just practicing that. I think that's the biggest thing. Like, because I know so much about it, it might seem simple in my head, but explaining it to other people and getting them is a different thing. So I live it every day, but people that are seeing it for the first time, are they going to understand what we do? And that's the real thing that I'm trying to get across with the pitch. So.
I mean, you applied to UniDays back in November time, something like that. So what's this journey been like for you across the UniDays program?
It's been amazing. I think I've got a lot of structure from it. I think I spoke to you as well that I kind of paused on doing Aspire. Didn't really have structure, didn't really have a direction for it. So I started it a while back and then kind of had a pause. And then obviously with the UniDays stuff, it gave a lot of structure and gave a lot of clarity of what I should be focusing on. So I definitely got back into it, and now I'm just like basically just going for it. So yeah, it's been really good.
And congratulations making it into the Showcase 10. I mean, that's quite something to go from all the applications there were through to being in the top 100 and then being selected against the judging criteria and against the alignment with the judges to be in the Showcase there. It must have been a smile moment when you got that email come through from Alex.
Yeah, it was definitely a proud moment. I think getting into the top 10 kind of solidified that the startup actually has some merit, and I haven't just been building it all this time with no outcome. So even that validation, I guess, as well for the startup. So it's been really good.
And do you talk about this stuff with your friends and family? I mean, what do they think about Aspire and your journey and sort of going to London next week?
Yeah, they're really supportive of it. So I shared the live stream to a few people. So I'm sitting in my living front room, and they were all watching it inside while we were pitching. So they were all cheering for me from there. I was told them don't put it too loud so it echoes. But yeah, they were all watching it. They're very supportive.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah, and they really like the idea as well.
Very
because
good.
I lived through the pain of it, so they kind of heard that side as well. So now that I've said that I'm building a solution for it, they understand it as well. So
they don't think you're crazy. I mean, a lot of people, when they see when they see founders kind of originate an idea, they think there's a lot of effort going in there and you're not getting very far. And, will it ever turn into something where you just concentrate on your proper job?
Yeah.
Do you get any of that at home, or are they more supportive than that?
I think maybe the hours that I dedicate to it, they might call me crazy for that. But I think the actual idea, they all understand. So it's like something that everyone can understand. You need a way to manage people on a program, and that's quite easy to understand when you explain it to someone. So
now, you're obviously a software developer from your degree apprenticeship and stuff. What sort of journey have you had to go on to become a storyteller, and where do you think you're at on that journey, and how far do you think you've got to travel still?
Yeah, I think that is one of the most interesting bits about the story. I think before obviously doing this, I was kind of, to portray my ideas, I wouldn't be able to get from A to B. I would have it in my head, but actually making that journey from the start of the story to the end and getting the person to believe what I was saying has been quite a journey. But I think through pitching the idea to other people and also kind of interviewing early careers managers, I've kind of understood the startup, and that now can tell the story really clearly. So I think the journey is still ongoing, but I think I have made a lot of progress from the start. I think when I started it, I kind of reached out to different people, and I kind of told everyone I was introverted. And then when I started speaking to them, and throughout the process, they're like, "You're not very introverted." But I think when I started, I was definitely less confident and less wouldn't be able to speak to someone even like this. I would be nervous to do this, but now it's kind of a bit more natural. So
fantastic. Well, congratulations to you. And becoming a People's Choice winner is a big deal. So you're part of that special community now. You're in what we call Vintage 2. So this is the second year that we've been doing this kind of process, and hopefully you've already got access on the platform so you can meet the others. You're getting interviewed now, and you're going to get the other opportunities that those folks get. And of course, you get your 12 months of virtual incubation. So for the next 12 months, we'll be keeping pace with you and seeing how we can help you. But this is your chance to give some influence and some insights to somebody else now. So the key question I ask every People's Choice winner is, what advice do you give for a first-time founder who's coming to demo night? We've got another one in Bristol tomorrow. How do they become People's Choice winners like you?
I think speaking to a lot of people about your idea. I think what I did is I literally just cold DM'd people on LinkedIn about the idea. And I think that allows you, that people ask you questions about your idea, and then you can build clarity within what your startup actually does. I think that was one of the main things for me. Your idea obviously evolves over time, and getting to those people who actually understand your idea and can ask you feedback or ask you questions that you might not have answers to, but through them asking those questions, you actually gain knowledge about your own startup, and gain clarity in that regard. I think that's one of the main things you can do.
Okay, and sort of bring those messages from the potential customers, bring those into how you're pitching, right? Because that's what
Yeah,
I think that's what the judges kind of heard in your pitch before. So it's not just the idea in Amaan's head now; it's the idea that's been kind of morphed and co-created with those early stage careers people.
yeah, yeah.
Fantastic. All right, mate. So obviously you're going to be in front of Simon Squibb and the others next week. What's next for you and Aspire after that?
Yeah, so following on from obviously the pitch, we want to reach out to more companies, trying to get some pilots. So we're currently speaking to 4 companies about commercial pilots, but obviously building that up, getting into companies where we can test the product. That's going to be one of the main things for the next 12 months. Obviously from next week, if we can gain investment, we can hire out sales and marketing. I think that's the biggest thing that's lacking in our team right now.
Okay.
So that's the next step for us.
And what's the perfect company for you? Is it another Jaguar Land Rover, or is it a smaller company, or what's the perfect customer?
I think it works very well at scale, because obviously it's so hard to manage hundreds of people at scale. And these companies are spending millions on finding, hiring, and developing early careers talent. And if they don't have a proper way to manage their people, then are they really providing them with a good experience through it? And I think that is where we'll make the most impact.
Okay, fantastic. Well, congratulations to you for being a People's Choice winner. Thank you very much to UniDays for originating the whole program that you're on. Otherwise, we might not have ever met. You're in Coventry there, and I was nearly in Coventry by being in Derby, but we may never have connected, and we would never have had the richness of you being involved in stuff at Canopy. So congratulations to you, Amaan.
Yeah, thank you.